block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. First down, Luck. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Back to the air, Luck on second down. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down. A shotgun snap for Luck. And he's got Moncrief. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big conversion on third for the Colts. 42 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To throw on second down is Luck. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Out of the gun, Luck. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Devin Funchess, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game. And this is up and good to make it a 21-15 game. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. To throw on second is Simeon. Buying time to his left. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Now that was an inspirational scramble for a first down, all the while absorbing a big-time hit. Well, we know the guys in the huddle appreciate what he's doing. But how about the guys in the press box, the luxury boxes, the guy who signs his checks, and especially the main guy with the headset on the sideline? I'm not so sure they like that so much.
He was trying to get it to Benny Fowler that time. That'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, Simeon. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On third down, Booker. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 7. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice little juke. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the red zone now, Locke. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Niles Paul, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On 2nd and 10, Locke. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Todd Davis in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Here's Locke. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, it's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funchess as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a first down throw, Simeon. And he can't escape, and down he goes. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's Luck now on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing his Luck. He's going to look deep down the field, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Off the fake to Booker and Simeon. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On 1st and 10, Simeon. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fowler. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
10-yard penalty there on 1st down, so now 1st and 20. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's Booker, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Simeon in need of something big following that sack, facing 3rd and long.
Here we go now.
From the gun, here's Simeon. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taken from just outside the 30. Oh, good move by T.Y. Hilton. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Love. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more. There and another 1st down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. So after nearly turning it over, new life here for the offense on 2nd down. Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
After the interception, here's Simeon. Sanders has it over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, here's Simeon. Airing it deep for Fowler. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Green 13 now, Marty. Gun.
A shotgun snap for Simeon. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth. Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been terrific so far. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. Here's Locke. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. Luck connecting with Moncrief for the Indianapolis first. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Paul bringing it in. Finding room inside the 40. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Miles Paul, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Simeon now to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 3rd and short, it's Booker. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Devontae Booker, the 30. 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Devontae Booker, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A shotgun snap for Luck. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. To throw is Luck. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's 2nd down. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. To throw on 2nd down is Luck. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Coming out now, the Broncos. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Simeon on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. first down at Simeon. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Margus Hunt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
No, Jack, Patriot! Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Margus Hunt in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Simeon in need of something big following that sack, facing 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Margus Hunt in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Throwing now, Luck. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. That's the rookie from Ohio State, Malik Hooker, with the INT.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Colts, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5.